Hello, my name is Alex Mallow, and today I am going to talk to you guys about child hunger. So, how many of you know when the next time you are going to eat? Whether it be later tonight, or tomorrow for breakfast, or maybe even right now. How many of you know when you are going to have your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and maybe even a couple snacks throughout the day? How many of you know exactly what you're going to eat? Maybe you plan out the day. Like for breakfast, I'm going to have a banana and a bowl of Cheerios, and for lunch I'm going to go to Applebee's, and for dinner I'm going to go home and eat with mom and dad. I know when I'm going to have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know what food I bought from the grocery store. I know when and what I'm going to eat throughout the day. So how many of you, when you were children, knew that you were going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I know when I was a child, I knew that when I woke up in the morning, Mom was going to have breakfast for me. I knew when I went to school, I would have a lunch packed for me with healthy choices. And I knew when I came home, I was going to have a snack and dinner with my family. Do any of you know families or children who don't have those options? Who just come from a lower income family and don't know when they're going to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or know that they're just going to get one meal today and they don't know when their next one's going to be. I personally don't know anyone who is of the lower income who doesn't know when their next meal is going to be. However, it does go on in the United States. We see a lot of commercials and advertisements of companies and foundations asking for money for children in other countries. We see pictures of children from Africa and Ethiopia and poorer countries of their children who look sad and malnourished, and they ask us to send money to support the child so that the child knows when their next meal is going to be and will not go hungry. Well, not just in other countries are children hungry. We have children that are hungry in the United States today. I personally was not sure how common child hunger was in the United States, but from doing some research, I have found out that we have a higher percentage of child hunger. It's about 10 to 15% of our children are hungry. I have looked into this topic a lot, and I've read some articles and looked into some media sites and videos, and basically the main cause of child hunger is for the same reason that children in other countries like Africa and Ethiopia are going hungry, is they don't have an income. They are very low income or living in poverty in the United States. So their family doesn't have money to buy food. They don't have a job, or they don't make enough money, to support their family and provide food. So not just over in the other countries are people poor, but in the United States, people are poor and can't afford food. If they can afford food, it is not the best options of food. As we all know, healthier foods are more expensive. Instead of healthy foods being cheaper, they're more expensive and they're harder to get. If a family can afford food, it is McDonald's, like off of the dollar menu, which is processed meat and fatty foods that aren't good for you. The healthier foods like veggies, fruits, unprocessed meats, and things like that are more expensive. So they don't have the options of healthy foods. They need these healthy food choices because it affects their health. If a child doesn't eat, they're malnourished, which affects their health overall. As we all know, children need health. They need food in order to grow. So my opinion on this is that we need to create foundations and support foundations in the United States that will take care of child hunger and our children, not just children in other countries. There are some foundations that we can send money to. There are also programs being implemented in schools that will take care of the children if they come from a lower income family and they do not receive breakfast or lunch at home. They can come into school and they are guaranteed to have breakfast and lunch, a healthy option, no questions asked, and they don't have to pay for that meal. So how many of you want to support our children here? I know I do. I want to support our own citizens and our own people, as well as children in other countries. So let's take a stand and let's send our money where we need to and take food to healthy options, to homeless shelters, and have food drives, and let's get rid of child hunger. Thank you.